This week I'm looking at the song Shameless. I have to admit, all these years, I thought this was a song written by Garth Brooks, and I was surprised to find out who actually wrote it. I saw a young lady posted a cover of this song on X, and in her description, she said Shameless, and then mentioned the person that wrote it. And I thought, well, that's not right. That's by Garth Brooks. And then I looked it up, and sure enough, she was right. And I have to admit, I was shocked to find out who wrote Shameless. And if you don't know, hopefully it'll be interesting to you. It's Billy Joel. And sure enough, I checked on YouTube and found a video of his recording. And I thought, well, Garth Brooks probably changed it and did his version of it because it had a very unique sound. The way he sung it, the where he chose to put the emphasis on the words and the timing. And what I found interesting is Billy Joel's version, believe it or not, is almost like Garth Brooks. So hopefully you'll find that interesting. It turns out the chords are all standard chords that show up on the sheet music that I found for it. If you're interested in learning it, I found the sheet music on musicnotes.com. There is several riffs in the song where they pick it. I'm not going to try and do this in this first pass or do that. I'm just going to try and play the chords and go through it once. But I'll first go through the chords and then try and do one playthrough of it. So the first chord that shows up is a G. And if you're just starting out, a standard G, you're going to take your index finger, put it on the second fret, second string from the top. I would suggest using your second finger on the third fret, top string, and your ring finger on the bottom string, also on the third fret. That's going to be your standard G chord. The next chord that shows up is a standard D chord. Easiest way to do that is use your ring finger on the third fret, second string from the bottom, and then use your second finger on the bottom string and your index finger on the third string from the bottom on the second fret, and play everything but the top two strings. So we're starting at the open D string, which gives it its D bass. The next chord that shows up is E minor. And on the second fret, you're going to use your index finger and your second finger to press down on the second and third strings from the top, and then play everything else open. The next chord that shows up is a standard C chord. You're going to use your index finger on the next to the bottom string, first fret. I then like to put my ring finger on the next to the top string on the third fret, and then my second finger goes on the second fret, third string from the top, and then play everything down except for the top string. So start at that second string that you fretted. We're then going to play a B flat. Now a B would start on the second fret, but since it's flat on a guitar fretboard, you're just going to go up the fretboard one fret. That'll make it a flat. So we're going to take our ring finger. Now they show using these three fingers to play it, but I always find that a little challenging. My hands aren't that large, and because I want to be able to move it quickly, I'm just going to cheat, and I'm going to use my ring finger to bar on the third fret, skip the top two strings. Starting at the third string from the top, I'm going to use my ring finger to bar those three strings starting there, and try to leave out the bottom one, but it really doesn't matter because you're not going to be able to tell the difference, but try to just get those three. And then use your index finger just to grab on the first fret, use your index finger just to grab that next to the top string, and start there and go down. Okay? And then, let's see. At that point, a lot of the chords start to repeat themselves. So what I'm going to do now is skip ahead and see where some new chords show up. Let's see. Okay, I do see one. So we see the same chords again: G, D, E minor, C, B flat, and then a B7 shows up. B7, you're going to use your index finger on the first fret, third string from the top. Use your second finger on the second fret, second string from the top. Your ring finger also on the second fret, but the fourth string from the top. And then your pinky also on the second fret, and that's going to be on the bottom string. And you're going to leave out the top string and play down. Okay? And then another one, then we see E minor again, which we've already covered. Then I see A minor 7, that shows up. A minor 7 is going to be on the first fret, second string from the bottom. I use my index finger. That's the first fret. And on the second fret, we're going to go to the third string from the top. So there's going to be one string between those that are kind of skipped and left open. And we're going to play everything except the top string. Okay. And then I see one more chord that shows up, and it'll complete the first course. There's a couple of different versions of F, but this F, they're just going to they're going to start by taking your index finger and grab those bottom two strings, and then use your second finger on the second fret, third string from the bottom, and your ring finger on the third fret, third string from the top, or you're going up progressively one each time, if that helps. And then play down, leaving out the top two strings. And that completes the chords for the first part of the song. This is, let's see, that's the main part of the song. Let me see for the next part of the song if there are any other chords I haven't touched on that show up. There are a couple, 2 or 3, but most of them we've already covered. But let me cover the 2 or 3 that show up. Okay, so for the next part of the song that they're calling the bridge, it starts with that B flat we've already seen. Here they show an A minor. We've already seen A minor 7. The only difference for A minor is we're not going to leave that middle string out. So do what I just asked you to do for A minor 7. But this time we're going to use our ring finger to also press down on the second fret, the string right below the string we already fretted, or the third string from the bottom. And we're going to play the same strings as before. Sorry, I left out the top A string. They also show an A flat here, which A would be these 3 strings on the second fret. The second, third, and fourth strings from the bottom, that's an A. To make it an A flat, you just move it up 1 fret like I mentioned before. And again, to make it easy to quickly play, I'm just going to use my index finger to try to bar those same 3 strings on the first fret. And I'm going to leave out the top. Let's see, they show leaving out the top 2 strings. Okay. I think the reason they're not including this second string from the top, even though it's an A, we're not playing A, we're playing A flat, so that would kind of mess it up. So that's why they're not including that second string this time. I point that out because on the A minor we did include it, because that wasn't flat, right? That was just a version of an A. Then there's a E flat. And again, this is one of those chords, you'll see different versions of it. The version they're doing is on the third fret, use your index finger to grab the bottom 3 strings. On the 4th fret, use your 2nd finger to grab the next to the bottom string. And then on the 5th fret, use your ring finger to grab, I want to make sure I tell you correctly, 3rd string from the top, and play everything except the top 2 strings. Okay. And then the only other chord I see left on this page that we haven't covered is a D7. And the only difference between a D and a D7, we already did the D, right? The only difference between the D and the D7 is that ring finger, that on that 2nd to the bottom string. Instead of using our ring finger to press down on the 3rd fret on the 2nd to the bottom string, we're going to flip it and press down on the 1st fret on that same string. But because we've changed things, we're going to change the fingers we use. So now we're going to use our index finger on the 1st fret, 2nd string from the bottom, our ring finger on the bottom string on the 2nd fret, and our 2nd finger also on the 2nd fret, 3rd string from the bottom. And we're going to play everything except the top 2 strings. We're going to start with that open D string and play that. And it looks like that's all of the chords. Let me just jump one more page to see if I'm right. So that's all of the chords. I'm going to try and, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do just that first part or try and go through the whole thing. The way they've written the sheet music, they have the additional lyrics at the back. And I made myself some notes to try to remind myself, but if I lose my place, I'll go as far as I can and see how far I can go through it. Let me try to go through it once. Well, I'm shameless when it comes to loving you. I'll do anything you want me to. I'll do anything at all. And I'm standing here for all the world to see. Oh, there ain't much left of me. I don't have very far to fall. You know that I'm not a man who's ever been insecure about the world I've been living in. I don't break easy, I have my pride. But if you need to be satisfied, I'm shameless. Maybe I don't have a prayer. Anytime I see you standing there, I'll go down upon my knees. And I'm changing. I swore I'd never compromise. Oh, but you convinced me otherwise. I'll do anything you please. You see that all my life I never found what I couldn't resist, what I couldn't put down. I could walk away from anyone I ever knew, but I can't walk away from you. I've never let anyone have this much control over me. I worked so hard to call my life my own. I made myself a world that I worked perfectly. But it's your world now, I can't refuse. I never had this much to lose, 'cause I'm shameless. You know I should be easy for a man. You know it should be easy for a man. strong to say he's sorry, that he's wrong. I never lost anything I ever missed, but I never met another one. I'll stop there. I lost my place like I thought I would. It's my first time looking at it. Well, I hope this helps you if you first time looking at it and if you're a fan of this song. Thanks a lot.